Jayco Eagle HT 28.5 RSTS rear sofa triple slide at 8,720 pounds here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is one of my favorite couples coaches, and they've improved it over last year, which I really didn't think was possible. And we'll get to more of that inside. Exterior, the only real changes are from last year's models are going to be primarily cosmetic. There's a couple little part swaps here and there, nothing to really write home about. Inside though, they made a simple but crucial design update that I think really is impressive on here. Now, the one that we have in stock could look or be equipped differently from this one. That's why I leave you a link down here in the video description. Click for price and availability. That will take you right to our site. It'll show you what we have in stock and how much it is with its specific set of equipment, including tank capacities, measures, all kinds of stuff. Detail stuff is what's going to separate Jayco from Brand X. There's tons of fifth wheels out there. How is it that this became the #2 seller in its class overnight last year? Smarter, more attention to detail. The Eagle series is one of the best designers I've ever seen. I know the guy personally. He's absolutely awesome. We shut down the bar at the Holiday Inn Express in Florida a couple weeks ago. It was great. Anyway, up here, what are we looking at? So, seems like most everything nowadays, you talk about all aluminum framework, in this class. But you see this, looks like tinfoil bubble wrap that's double-sided thermofoil. That's a huge insulator. The story goes that's literally some of the stuff they used to help insulate space capsules during re-entry from NASA. And I'm willing to believe it. Now, they don't just have it there. They also have it here in this base floor, the subfloor, along with an enclosed forced air heated underbelly. So this has a superior insulation package in class. You're going to see nicer things. By the way, TV hookups right there, and you can actually run your cables down through the floor so you don't have to leave your baggage door open. You've got the nicer slam latches on here, just easy, little battery disconnect on there. We've got power front leveling jacks, power rear stabilizers, so everything's push button simple. And this color, I am all about this color. It's not, I don't know, maybe it's some kind of pewter, but it's not tan, it's not gray. It's almost whatever your eyes want it to be, because I've had different people, different customers report it as being a different color. So everyone seems to see it the way they want to, and I think that's what's so cool, is this is kind of a chameleon. It works for you, and it's the thing that's best for you. This is a painted nose cap, by the way, so you're not going to get sun fade issues on here. And little fine details like that are one of the reasons that all Jayco products, this Eagle HT included, has a double length warranty. This has 2-year bumper to hitch with first-year roadside assistance in a class that usually doesn't have that. 18 gallon per hour water heater. They have larger side windows on their slide outs. And I'm getting some wicked morning sun here, so bear with me on that. Now, I have the lights on inside, and you can barely see that. You can barely see a light right next to the window. That's because these are full 80% UV tinted windows. What does that mean in English? That means that you have privacy. It also means that your RV is not going to turn into a hot, sweaty greenhouse, because that's not fun. Camping's supposed to be fun after all. 100% LED lights now inside and outside, not just tail lights, marker lights, everything. We have a best-in-class feature right here, the Eagle HT rear hitch. If you're looking to do some tandem towing, you want to throw something behind here, you need to buy an Eagle HT, period. They have the best-in-class factory standard hitching with 4-way flat plug back here, 300-pound tongue load, 3,000-pound tow limit, so perfect for a boat or a small enclosed trailer. Can you add a hitch to another fifth wheel aftermarket? Sure. But you're going to avoid your factory chassis warranty. That's the thing a lot of guys don't tell you about. Jayco eliminated that concern. They made it so that they're guaranteeing the work, and that's the difference, is that they guarantee they did the work right. So it's a very, very best-in-class feature there. And again, superior construction gives you superior warranty. Kind of like the roof. Jayco's 5-inch Magnum Truss roof system's the strongest roof in the business. There's other perfectly acceptable roof systems. Admittedly, the Jayco's may be overbuilt, but that's where the longevity comes from in a Jayco. When you put a used Jayco on the market, it's gone within a week. You don't have to trade in used Jaycos, guys. You put it in the local paper on Craigslist, hey, used Jayco for sale, and the phone rings on its own. It's magic. It's awesome. It's because people know and trust this brand. the aluminum boat dock style steps. I really like these. They've got a real aggressive tread pattern on them, so that when your shoes are wet in the morning, which as a camper, trust me, they get wet in the morning. You walk around, all the grass is like wet and moist and dewy. Then you step on these black metal steps that you have on most things, and you slip and slide everywhere. Now you don't have to worry about it. Moving inside, we've got a wider entry door. Case in point, 30-inch wide entry door allows a big goofball like me to just walk straight in. I don't have to do the sideways travel trailer shuffle. My battery light's blinking at me. I might have to cut the video at some point and then splice in a second half after a battery swap. I don't like to do that, but there's way too much to cover here for me to just start hurrying. For instance, we walk in, poof! All the lights are just on one switch. Everything is simple and easy that way. Now keep in mind, I've got the morning light billowing in there, actively fighting this camera, and the lights still make such a huge difference in here. It makes the whole thing like come alive and glow. Now, I don't remember offhand the name of this color scheme. I don't know why. I want to call it Willow, but that doesn't feel right at this time. But my point is, we carry a bunch of these, so we certainly sell a bunch. I know that. This is one of our best-selling Eagle HT floor plans. So, the chances are that we are going to, have something that looks different in stock. Again, I leave you that link in the video description to check that. So let's just get started here, because there's a ton to cover, and I don't want to risk missing anything. We're going to start from the top down. Because what's amazing is actually what you don't see, and that's the air conditioner. This has a whisper quiet AC system. These are your cold air returns. You don't see the air conditioner, although it's there. It's 15,000 BTU air. That means in English you're only going to hear about 10% of the AC's volume, so you don't have to shout at the person next to you, nor do you have to crank the TV up to 30. Sorry if that startled you. Also, again, superior materials. You can hear real wood versus MDF foam. MDF foam is okay. This is better. Freestanding table and chairs over here with twin folding hideaway chairs. This dinette set right here is a feature you typically only find in larger, higher dollar fifth wheels. This is a couples coach. Most of the time there's just going to be two people, and most of the time that extra chair is always going to feel like it's in your way. So Jayco purpose builds it with two chairs, and then you have a pair of decor matching folding chairs which have the same platform, seat height by the way. These chairs can stow under the master bed, out of the way. You pull them out when you need them. You leave them tucked away when you don't. It's simple. And we do have the little sewing seats for plates and napkins and things. Also, little table extension here. A lot of RVs in this class won't have the table extension. Again, devil's in the details with any Jayco. There's no one major thing where like, oh my gosh, that's huge. That's the reason I gotta buy a Jayco, other than maybe the warranty. It's just a truckload of little stuff like that. Their twin recliners here give you a little more of an individual swivel pivot sort of comfort situation. Sometimes we'll bring this in with a theater seat, sometimes with recliners. So again, keep in mind that the one we have in stock could be built a little different. Now, detail stuff again. There's wall-mounted switches for every single light, and they're located next to its appropriate seating areas. You don't have to constantly get up and down to a central control panel just to flip on a reading light, you know. All of your cabinet doors are metallic strutted, so you don't have to juggle them open with your head. And all of our cabinetry is screwed together, not stapled together, for longevity. Tri-fold memory foam hide-a-bed sleeper sofa in the back here. Very comfortable for kids and guests. But it's not good. I'm an idiot. When I left this cushion upside down. There you go. That's all there is to it. There you go. Little detail stuff like that irks me, so I have to correct things. Maybe it's OCD. I don't know. I can't even spell OCD, so whatever. There are side stands over here to set a drink, to set your phone down or anything like that. And if you look real close, you'll see power outlets on both sides, so you can have your phone charging right there. You can, I mean, if you have an adult guest and they have a CPAP breathing machine, they can still sleep pretty good tonight. All windows open for ventilation, and there are a ton of windows to open in here. They also all have night privacy shades, but remember how we could not see inside those windows, but we can see out easily for for visibility. Great bonus storage overhead, and this is a nice little thing over here that a lot of brands won't do on a similar floor plan, is they'll swing arm. Jayco pivot mounts this TV. It's on a swing arm, so it can face out, so you can have the ideal viewing angle here from your dinette. You can make it face over at the sofa, like if you just want to stretch out and kick your feet up and read, maybe throw a pillow down there and zonk out. Or, of course, you could always see it from the comfy recliners over here on Boardwalk and Park Place. Behind that, you'll find my grandfather's Baptist medicine cabinet, which is the place where you can keep a bunch of extra DVDs. It's just bonus storage. There's no such thing as too much storage, so, you know, why not utilize every inch of it? Kind of like up overhead here. If you leave this closed, it's terribly unimpressive. But when you open it, you're like, oh wow, there's actual good deep storage in here. Check that out. All-in-one AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth player. I'm getting very good at saying that very quickly because it's a pretty common feature. Although this is all high-def wired, which is a nice detail point. Electric space heating fireplace. Not a real fireplace. You can use it either as an electric heater, so you don't have to burn up your propane, or you can just turn it on for visual ambiance. Maybe get a little mood music going. I don't know. What am I wanting to talk about? Refrigerator. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. 8 cubic foot fridge and freezer, which is not yet 100% standard in the industry, but it is getting close. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that versus the 6 cubic foot. Now, all of this is in the slide, and we've upgraded this to the solid surface counters. This itself is an upgrade, and you'll see it's matched over here, not just on the island. And that little kitchen breeze window, guys, it doesn't seem like much, but it's everything. It's the thing that gives you that extra airflow in here. Now, this looks like a perfect little appliance shelf, but, you know, for a coffee maker and stuff, but you're like, but there's nowhere to plug stuff in. Oh, yes, there is. They mount the plugs up here so you don't accidentally splash stuff in it. Now, most people are right-handed, and lefties, I'm sorry, but you're used to the world being stacked against you, so apologize as I go on here. Most of us are right-handed. So even though I'm using my left hand because my right hand's on the camera because I'm right-handed. So you stir stuff, most people are going to set a spoon on the right side. That's why this is over here. It's not an accident. Now, this island over here is pure unadulterated storage. The whole darn thing. It's all prep space, it's all storage, and they offset the sink so that you actually have dedicated counter space over here, which is a detail, again, most brands don't look at. And this is purposely left open for a wastebasket space, and that's something a lot of people don't think about. They'll open it and go, oh neat, more shelves. And don't get me wrong, that's good. But a place to put a wastebasket is a little bit better. You don't need 4 of them in a trailer, you just need 1. And drawers, drawers, drawers. We've got all kinds of good storage space. And that brings me to the one major design change they made over last year's model. This. Last year, this was just like this open hutch where you could sit down and put on shoes, and you had coats hanging in your living room. And it wasn't bad. It was cute. But this is infinitely more functional. But again, looking at it, it's not impressive. That's why I like to put these videos together so you can see it open with your own eyes. Because you walk over here and it's a real pantry. It's a real pantry. Not something where it's not a thin little sliver pantry. You have to go shoulder deep to get to stuff. And then the fun just continues over here. This whole thing is nothing but storage now. So, as if there wasn't enough storage in the kitchen, now you can have a mega pantry here that didn't exist before. Now, here's another cool thing. You're thinking, well, they got shelves here. I mean, you could probably hang small coats, but if you got big, tall stuff, this can fold up out of the way and lock in place. So it's a convertible pantry that can do and be and become anything you want it to. Also, a nice little update is they put a little shade here in the window of the main entry door. That's a couple extra bucks. I don't know of anyone else that does that. That is cool. That's very cool. They build in the handle from the manufacturing level, so you have easy up and down your 3 steps here. 3 easy, equally height steps, equally distance spaced, whatever. I can't use words this morning. Words are hard. My point is, it's easier to go up and down these stairs, and they're not hardwood steps that are going to be slippery and dangerous and none of that. And again, I like just that one switch convenience for everything. Moving up here, we've got a sweet bathroom. Usually small fifth wheels have garbage bathrooms, but hear me out. So, we've got a couple different things going on here. We've got, normal great overhead lighting. We've got a backlit morning mirror, so that when you wake up in the morning and you're like, maybe not you, but me, I'm not a morning person. You can hear me stumbling through my words. This is bright enough that I can get around without being angry that I'm staring into the freaking sun. In meantime, though, I'm not going to disturb my partner who's sleeping right over here. And that brings me to the last feature, is the Nightlight. It's not terribly impressive during the day, but at night, this whole shower is going to glow a beautiful neon blue. and that'll be just bright enough for you to get in here, use the bathroom, go back to bed without disturbing everybody. And of course, you can always light it up in here like a Christmas tree. Now, the bedroom slide extends into the bathroom, and that's where this storage right here comes from. So all your linen storage is in bonus negative space hanging out off the floor plan, because that's the wall right there. So this is bonus space. We have, you know, an easy dual entry bathroom. You got that sliding pocket door there, so you can get to it very easily from the master bed or from the guest room, and no one loses privacy. And of course, nicer stuff. Porcelain, foot flush. You can actually clean that, is why I like it. Now, this is, again, one of the smartest design features I've ever seen, and it's one of the simplest. The bedroom light switch is out here. So when you're walking into the bedroom, you can flick the light on. As you're walking out, you can turn the light off. As dumb as that sounds, no, like you're thinking, well, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Why doesn't anyone else do it then? This is the only brand I've ever seen do it right. This is another best-in-class feature, a Simmons Beauty Sleep mattress, residential mattress, and it's a 60 by 80 real bed, guys. You're not going to have to replace this thing with legitimate linens. This thing's as close to turnkey ready as anything can possibly get from factory level. We've got multiple charging and plug-in options on the side of the bed over here. There are residential outlets over there. We've got dual element reading lights. You tap it once, it's that same neon blue we already talked about. You hold it and it's nice and bright. So you can actually see around at night. Now over here, this is that storage slide out I told you about, but Jayco does it different. They put a breeze window in their slide. And that is something most brands cut out. When you get a wardrobe slide, you typically lose bedroom windows. That means less light, less airflow, and those things you don't want to give up, so you don't have to in a Jayco. Plus, we're still getting an airflow vent up here. You can throw a TV against this wall. There's storage below the bed. It is loaded. This thing is loaded. It fires on all cylinders. However many you want, it's got it. So give us a call, learn more. 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.